The art galleries at HCC can always be counted on to hold something interesting, but it's always nice to walk into an exhibit and say, wow.
I grew up in the Midwest, lived in Texas this is my 6th year. I teach all levels of drawing at Lamar University, and I don't know, I'm glad to have the chance to exhibit my work here. I use charcoal, I also use ink. I mean, this here is ink as well, and just a second ago I was surprised that it was appearing to be faded in some places. Normally it's charcoal that gets more worn off the paper, but I guess it can happen to the ink as well.
Unusual among art exhibits, Troutman's work is not under glass.
I mean, these are large drawings, so I think there's a practical side to it, that it's cost prohibitive to have a giant frame with giant glass. But I think it also gets put into the same space as the viewers, and they can just look at it without having to look through anything. It makes the experience more immediate, and I don't know, I find that more interesting, I think, than if it was, encased in glass, or separated from everybody. Sometimes I'll have a narrative in mind, or sometimes I'll even start with the layout of, where these panels that break up the drawing, where they're going to be, and then come up with a few ideas for a story that ends up filling those spaces on the paper. I think a lot of the narratives that I do draw just come from, everyday situations, nothing too terribly dramatic, but I think through the drawing they gain a kind of drama that I hope brings the viewer in. I think, I end up setting up the narrative to be kind of top to bottom, left to right. Some of them I feel that there isn't necessarily direction. The one that has like the 16 squares in this large square format, I feel like you could start anywhere and go to anywhere else within that and piece together a story. Actually, the one behind me, I started with, this was originally the first part of the drawing, and it was part of a triptych, and then I added the piece to make it a diptych, and the original other 2 pieces to that triptych were destroyed in a fire. So then I had to I was like, all right, I'm going to add more pieces to the edge of this, and so it started off with this side, and then it expanded off to the left side. So that was, if there's a narrative on this one from left to right, it happened, I guess, kind of in the opposite, in the reverse direction of the way that it was actually drawn. Just work hard and make artwork about what you're interested in. And I think if you just explore your passion for something, good things can happen.
For HCC Beat, this is Randall Williams.